my camera settings for my music videos, breaking those down for you, coming up. Hello my friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Jose Velez. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I do my own music, teaching, tutorial, cover and much more. And I'm very excited because today I am revealing my camera setting. This is part 4 of a series on how I do YouTube. So if you want to check it out, part 1, part 2, part 3, I'm telling my story, my tip and trick. So let's get into it. Please note that this takes years to master, or if you learn fast, then it will take you a couple of months and practice. So I'm going to try to compress this like in 15 minutes, so be patient. And stick around because at the end, I'm going to recommend what I think is a great camera to start, and you will have everything in that camera. So let's start. First of all, I'm going to be using auto white balance. But if you find that you need to change it because your light situation is not the correct tone scheme, then you might want to switch a couple of presets to see if that is better, or even better, change it to custom white balance, which you're going to place a white paper in front of the camera, and then I take a picture, and then it's going to adjust. Just read the manual for that. So let's start. Okay, so I'm going to show you how my room is with the light, so you get the idea that when you are inside, you need a lot of light. This is my computer, and you see I have 2 lights there, one in the ceiling and a ring light over there that I can control. So I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 lights to get this pretty illuminated, to get that scene and that shot. So I'm gonna show you how I got there. This is my Canon T5I, and right now I'm using the kit length, which is the one that is coming with the camera, which is 18 to 55 millimeter. So you can use it on auto, which is the green button, and I'm going to show you how to use it in manual mode, okay, which is the M, so you can control everything. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to change it to auto, which is the first one that you can start. Right now it's in auto, which is automatic. It's gonna choose all the things for you, so you don't have to do anything. But if you find that auto doesn't look good because sometimes it's not tracking you with the focus or with the scenes, and then you have to switch. And when I'm gonna focus, because auto is just put it on auto and record, and that's it. The camera will do everything for you. The big key is that you need to have a lot of light. If you don't have a lot of light, then it's gonna be difficult. Let me turn the light off so you can have the idea. And if I turn the ring light off, then I only have 1 light over there, so the camera is struggling to get the perfect shot. So let me turn a couple of lights back, the corner light and the ring light. See, it's getting better. I'm gonna move to manual, which is the one that I'm using most of the time because I want to have a perfect shot. And we have three components in every major camera. You have the first, which is the shutter speed. The second one is the aperture. And the last one is the ISO, which is this one is introducing light, fake light to your shot, to your scene, which is not recommended to go higher 1600. See, it's not recommended to go above that. So if you go to 3200, it's gonna start the quality is gonna go down. So what I recommend is 1600 still is good. What I like is 800. I don't want to go above 800 or 1600. 800 or 1600 is fine. Just play with that. Then the aperture, go to the small aperture that you can have in your lens, because if you go high aperture, as you can see, it's gonna get dark. So what you want to do is just go the lower aperture that your lens can go, because that's gonna enter more light into your lens in the aperture. Shutter speed, if you are doing 30 frames per second, which is the one that I'm using right now. Right now you can see it's in HD 30 frame. I have to choose in this camera 30 frame, 24 or 60. I'm gonna go with 30 frame, which is the standard TV. 24 is for movie, so if I want to shoot a movie, then I'm gonna switch to 24 frame. But right now I'm gonna do 30 frame per second, which is more for TV, and enter. And there's a rule over here in the 30 frame per second. If you have your 30 frame per second, then your shutter speed need to be double that amount. So if you have 30 frame, then I have to double. I have to go to 60, and that's why. And then the motion is gonna be the good motion. It's not gonna be too weird or junky or cheesy or something like that. If you go lower than the amount that you're supposed to be, then it's gonna decrease the value. Or if you go higher, it's gonna get dark. So 60, because I'm filming in 30 frames, 60 should be double, then it's fine. So then you cannot touch that number. You can go the lower aperture that your lens can go. In this case, this one is 3.5. I have other lenses that go lower, but I'm gonna focus in this one. And the ISO, we cannot go higher than 1600 or 800. Those two are good. When you are outside, you can go lower, 100 or 200. But when you are inside, you're gonna see that you need a lot of light, and you will have to bump that number to 800, because if I go to 400, it's gonna get darker. And when you press the shutter speed, you can see that is, see, if I put the ISO lower and I press, I can see the mirror right now that is underexposed. I want this dot to be in the mirror, because then it's gonna be in the perfect exposure. It's not there yet, but it's close. So let's go to 1600, and now it's above. See, if I bump this out, then it's gonna be overexposed. You can see the dot over here, 1600. And right now, let's go to 800, which is close, and the 60. which is the double. I'm gonna lower that to 50, which is still not too bad. So I'm breaking the rule right now. Doing 50 instead of 60 to get close to the dot, but it's not a deal breaker. See, once you know the rule, then you can. Right now it's focusing, and there you go. So now it's in perfect scene. This is what I wanted. And one more thing, I'm gonna go here for the tracking of my face, which is here at the first option here, autofocus, and then you can see a little face which is gonna be tracking my face. If I put it over here, it's gonna be tracking more section. 1 point. I'm gonna be using the first one, which is tracking my face. So when I now go out, when I go over there, it should be tracking my face. So let's see. So I'm not going to sing today, but you can see now, I hope, that it's tracking my face, which is good because then you are recording and then the camera is tracking you, keeping you in focus. Okay. I also do manual focus, which is gonna be in taking in the lens. There's a button that you can switch to manual focus, and then the camera is not gonna focus anymore. Which is over here. You cannot see, but it's fine. I'm just switching to manual focus in the lens, and then I can place this button over here. Let me see with the camera if you can see. I can press over here. It's gonna make this box. Then when I press it again, it's gonna make it bigger. And then I can adjust the ring for the focus. See, it's out of focus, it's focus, and then it's lock, go up, and then it's manual focus. I was focusing my microphone, and now if I go there, it should be that section. Let me go so you can see. Now this section over here is in focus. If I move out of this section, then it's going to be out of focus. So, see? If you know that you're going to be in one place and you're not going to move, you can use manual focus. But if you know that you're going to be moving a lot, then I suggest to switch to out of focus. And now it should be tracking my face again. So that was a quick overview of how I go to get my camera setting. So you have 3 components. The shutter speed need to be double in your frame. If you are shooting at 24, then you should be at 50. If you're shooting at 30, then you should be at 60. I just break the rule minus 10, and I did 50 because it's not too much of the difference. Your aperture, when you are in a dark place, go as lower as you can, because if you go higher, it's gonna be darker your lens. And your ISO over here, which is the last one, if you are inside, 800 or 1600 is the best number. If you are outside, you can go with 100 and 200. But if you go 3200, 60, see, you're gonna damage your shot. So don't go above 16 or 800 when you're using the ISO inside. And the autofocus, if you're using the autofocus, I recommend to use the tracking one. if your camera support that. Manual focus, if you know that the person or you're gonna be in a place that you're not gonna move and you don't want to be that the camera is hunting you around with the autofocus, because sometimes it's a pain and it can distract, then you can use manual focus and just set it up and then find your point and then lock it there. Or you set on autofocus. I use both depending on the situation, and that's about it. Okay, so when you start out, I recommend a camera that have a flick stream so you can see yourself that you are recording and you're in shot, microphone input, and that's about it. This camera is great to start. It's under 400 and it's the Panasonic FC300 and it's 4K. So 4K under 400 is pretty amazing and it's very good quality. Just find a small tripod and a big tripod so you can have the two. For blogging and for recording yourself. Does not have the capability to blur the background, but you don't need it for your videos because you want to be in focus, and this one have a great autofocus. Okay, sometimes better than my T5I. So sometimes I record with this one because I know I'm gonna be in focus all the time. With this T5I sometimes I have trouble. So this is a great camera to start and to keep going because it's 4K. My T5i is not 4K. This one is 4K. So yeah. So I hope you like this video. Please smash the like, subscribe if you're not ready, leave a comment down below. I'm gonna be trying to do my best to answer and to help you out. And there you go. Remember, release a new sound. It's inside of you. Bye.